Well, it looks like we're all going to be playing Splatoon 3 when it launches. Right? How y'all doing? There used to be a tripod. Where have I put it? You find one thing, everything else goes in the bin. I've got an idea. This might work, hang on. Right. Tripod and TV remote? What the fuck is that? A tripod made out of a TV remote and a box. High-tech stuff right there. That's where I put it. Oh, it must still be upstairs. Oh well. Too late to go get it. We've already hit record. Oh, mate, what a fantastic day. Fantastic day. Doing what, mate? Nothing. Which is what made it fantastic. Because I realise I have once again lost track of time. Didn't realise it was Monday. I thought it was still Sunday. Note the switches. 2 done. We have, well, 2 more technically, but one that has to have Splatoon put on it. It's my eldest son's. His Switch isn't here. And it isn't with Nintendo either, even though it needs a repair, because you can't work a dock it. And they took it back and they said they did the repair and then they sent it back and it still doesn't work. And we've contacted them many a time and they still haven't done anything with it. So bless the big man, he still hasn't got his Smash Brothers DLC yet either, because he wanted all the characters for his birthday. That was months ago. Yeah. So there will be more Splatoon downloading and stuff this soon. But I got to help make some cool food. And by help, I mean I got to observe and I maybe got to grate some things and like put some things in pots and stuff, because I'm not trusted with sharp objects. You know, when your wife looks at you and goes, I ain't trusting you with that, mate. That's me. He's like, you're not having that. That was definitely today. But so really cool stuff's in the bowl thing. I don't know. And in the fry boxy doobry oven thing, right? Mini oven. Love that mini oven because our main oven is just storage. Ostrich burgers. Fucking ostrich burgers. Saw them the other day, and because my wife has been to Africa, and she's always told me about how when she was in Africa, the locals gave her like food, and it's like, oh, you know how like you imagine America? So I live in the UK, if you can't tell, right? You imagine like an American British portion large is like about that big, yeah. Right? American like small is like this big, right? Well, apparently in Africa you'd like ask for some Billy Bob basic food, yeah, and you say, oh yeah, I'll just have like a sandwich or whatever, and it's like, there's the bread, and you've got like the full loaf, and it's like, yeah, instead of going slice done, it was just the whole thing was like done. Just like, yeah, they just stuff it with like everything, like fucking maybe meat in it and just everything. And she said how she'd had ostrich back in the day, and so we saw it and we bought it, and she said, she said back in the day it was fucking fantastic, and so, oh, you know, a treat. Oh God, she wasn't kidding. Damn. Oh, so what have I had now? I've had reindeer, I've now had ostrich. I'll eat anything, but that was absolutely brilliant. You can get them from Aldi, if you're curious. I approve, because I love food, because I'm a fat bastard. Now, on to the meat of the day. I've lost my tripod, but we found a keyboard. Keyboard that I lost about 2 years ago, and I've been losing my fucking mind about. Losing my hair about it. Found it. I'm going to be using this tomorrow for a little project, because boredom and reasons. Gonna hook it up to my Steam Deck, along with a Nintendo Switch and a capture card and a dock, and on a web camera, and we're going to try and stream off of it. It'll work. I can't see why it wouldn't, but it would just be funny to use the Steam Deck as a streaming PC. I've already streamed directly off the Steam Deck, but whatever. Now, I've been thinking today, I doubt anyone would get to this point, what the fuck are you babbling about? The wife and I joked today about potentially going in for some new qualifications. Years and years and years ago, it came up that I listen to people a lot. I talk to people a lot. I talk people down off cliffs a lot. I'm more than willing to listen to you about anything, no matter what your problem is. I won't judge you. I want to know what's on your mind, and you know, if just getting things out there makes you feel better, I'm cool with it, right? I've been doing this for years and years and years and years and years. And years ago, one of my mates said, "Why don't you become a counsellor?" Because I was doing something else at the time, volunteering, doing some other stuff at the time. He said, "Why don't you become a counsellor?" And I was like, I wouldn't mind, because it would mean getting paid for what I basically already do. But I've never liked the idea of charging people for support, for emotional support, a bit of moral support, just to be willing to listen to someone. I'm only listening to you because I'm getting paid to listen to you. And I know that a lot of people would go in to see, you know, a counsellor, a therapist, whatever, and that's what they're going to think. You're only here listening to me because you're getting paid to do it. I've never wanted people to think that. And plus, it's always terrified me, the idea that if someone is in crisis, the last thing they're going to probably want to do is pay to see a psychiatrist. There are other avenues for people who, like, you know, the last thing you want to do is spend money. Like, for example, if something like money is something that's going to make you jump, the last thing you want to do is pay for a counsellor. You know, that just seems really. People have to be paid. I understand that, but it just seems a bit out there to me, and so I've never really wanted to put that barrier to entry in, and I've continued to kind of volunteer on and off to do this and that. You know, not in a particularly official kind of capacity, really, but I do like listening to people, helping people. I want people to feel comfortable in their own skin, no matter what that may be. You know, I want them to feel comfortable being human, no matter where they are in life, what they're doing in life. Because I see so many people that are just fucking crumbling for whatever reason, and I'd really rather they didn't. You know, even the greatest things can come from the darkest places, but you won't know until you try, right? And there are so many people out there who are just so scared to try because they don't want to fail, or maybe they've just not had a good run at it, and so my wife and I we still talk to people a lot and help people as best we can, even if we have to give up something that we're doing to help other people, we tend to let it do it. And I'm not trying to big myself up, but the whole thing came up again today. You know, you always ever thought about maybe doing the counselling thing? I was like, this is coming up way too much for us to not consider it. And so we started looking into it. The potential of the wife and I doing courses to get qualified to be counsellors. You know, what would we have to do? What places offer those kinds of courses? How much is it going to cost? How long will it take? And all that kind of stuff. And we did joke, hey, wouldn't it be funny? We'll do it. We'll start in September. We'll just go and start like a degree, like a psychology degree or whatever. And that's not going to happen because we don't actually have any official idea at this point. So we couldn't enroll in any colleges anyway. But we thought maybe next year, just like maybe do like a night course just to get like a foundational understanding of how this stuff works. Because I'd like to understand the system behind it. You know, the process of like crisis workers and stuff like that. Because it's a thankless job, I would imagine. Kind of like the police, really. It's not a job that you're likely to get thanks from. And I know that often those kinds of systems are spread really thin, and they do fail. No one remembers the good stuff from a crisis team. They always remember the bad shit. And I'd maybe like to have a bit of insight into that. I wouldn't mind getting even a basic qualification, as I say, just to build an understanding of it. I already understand how people work. I mean, I have to understand what's going on in my own head, right? And I talk to people all the time if I can. I listen as best I can. I still don't like the idea of charging for it though. But what would be fun is if I had the qualification, managed to work to get the qualification, and then not charge for it anyway. Like I could be qualified in doing it, and then just continue to do things the way I am. But just to say that perhaps what I do, I have a bit more credibility. I don't know. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've just been thinking about it. Like, you know, would that make people more comfortable if they knew, or would that make it more uncomfortable because then they'd think that I was just one of those people listening because of qualifications, money, that kind of thing. Which is why I've just always just wanted to. Well, not wanted to do that kind of stuff, but I do want to understand the process behind it, because I understand that there are qualifications you need to be a counsellor or whatever. Yeah, we joked about it. It keeps coming up, and we did joke and think about it. I just I've tried to help people as best I can over the years, volunteering here and there. I'm always taking random fucking phone calls from people too. I just don't want anyone to feel shitty. You know, if people feel scared or they're anxious about whatever, I want them to try and understand why and maybe help them out the other side. I think it'd be worth doing. I just don't know. I've got another year to sort it out, because I haven't, like I said, I haven't got any ID, so I can't exactly enrol in anything until I do. And because obviously school terms, like university terms, start in September, so I believe they're still in this September. So I think we've got until like September 12th or something to sign up to enrol for courses. There's no way we'd get our paperwork done by then. But as I say, maybe next year, give me some more time to think about it and look more into it. And I do know some people I could call up for some advice, who actually do that kind of stuff for a living. They are trained professionals, but some acquaintances. But I just want people to be comfortable in their own skin. And that's the process of the day. I don't know. I've literally spent half of my day just thinking about that, just over and over and over again. People shouldn't have to pay for it. And people need to eat. Oh, fucking hell. I don't, because I'm doing fine without. You know what I'd love to do? Be able to offer all those kinds of services, give everything that I am, and then just earn money some other cheese way. You know, just some ridiculously, just have qualifications that could make tens of thousands of pounds and just fucking actually earn my living doing something that most people would just laugh about, you know. I wouldn't mind being like a burger flipper in McDonald's and then offering the services that would cost tens of thousands of pounds for free. That's what I mean, like that kind of thing. And by the way, don't fucking look down at people who work at McDonald's, because my God, if it weren't for them, you wouldn't get the shit you want from the damn place. If it weren't for the people working at McDonald's, you don't get your fucking Mickeys, alright? There's no need to be a dick, they're just doing their job. And they do a fucking cracking job most of the time too, dealing with wankers on a daily basis. Anyway. Fuck man, did that make me sound like an entitled wanker? I mean, the idea of giving away services that I'd be qualified to get for free. I don't know. Anyway. Hope you're well. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.